Okay. Going to close this. Okay. All right.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Oh yeah, that's just before his return. So that's not the right save.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Okay.
They call it a death threat, but it's flattering to be wanted. Thrilling, really, to discover I've got a new playmate. So let's play! You didn't take my life. You took my reason to live.
Like I said the last time, I don't need to listen to his second chat because we already had our first return from him, so it's not going to work at that time.
This is getting my juices flowing!
Hi Leonab and Chad Norris, how are you doing?
Gonna get away from you! Flat no more! Run! Feel I'll rip off your arms for this!
Hi Baltica, doing alright?
Being robbed of the ability to suffer. That is the ultimate suffering.
Doing so-so, thank you. Yeah, that's normal. Okay. And you slice up your arm, and there's hope for a Stonebringer this time. No idea what you said, Batika, but alright. Oh, he's been replaced. Great. Well, we've got to try again.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Somebody is asking me questions on this note. I have no time for questions right now. I'm streaming. Yeah, I feel you, Baltica.
Hogleek, your reckoning comes.
They call it a death threat, but it's flattering to be wanted. Thrilling, really, to discover I've got a new playmate. So let's play.
Alright. Let's listen to his second chat just because. Let's.
It's a lot.
Okay. Second chat? No, that's the first chat.
You're too slow. There's so much pain in the world. But after you incinerated me, I can't feel any of it.
Oh, thank you.
So you're gonna have to take it all.
Not because I don't want to answer questions. It's just I don't have time right now.
Don't let him catch his friend. Frail and blasted. A real here.
Well, maybe, but in a way, I think he would just hate him more because he would be jealous.
You already did that. Now all you're doing is swinging cold steel.
Chadman. Great. That's a great start to the stream, to myself.
Looks like our
First
people
attempts.
talk.
I don't care
Suppose that
about
makes
you,
me
I'm
a
just going to
top
skip
killer.
your dialogue, Nazu. No promotion for Nazu. But yeah, if you place the burn slash inflame next to the pain seeker, pain lover, he would just get mad at him for still feeling pain. You really are anorexic or you were joking? I'm joking because I'm just not big, but I'm not eating.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Well, Nazu didn't get the chance to actually say it, Chad. No promotion from Nazu.
Hogleek, your reckoning comes.
Even if he had time to be promoted, I still would have annihilated his, timeline.
His death threat got
Destroyed
me
it.
curious. Out of all the orcs in Mordor, what drew you to
Why
me?
most big
eh?
streamers are
Makes
so
me want to
noisy?
cut you open
Because
and
they
see
want
what
to
makes
attract
you tick.
attention and, kids like to listen to loud streamers, I guess. I don't. I prefer to listen to people who are genuine, so I try to be myself. Genuine. I wouldn't be loud if I wanted to.
I distract you, Ranger. You seared it out of me. I can't feel pain.
And
can't
I don't
feel
really
the
want to.
ecstatic
It's
rush
not,
of inflicting suffering.
in my nature.
You didn't take my life.
If I want to
You
be
took
loud,
my
it's
reason
because
to
I'm
live.
angry. Or maybe because I'm talking about the game like, you'll never guess what just happened. Alright, hit me. Thank you. Yeah, it can be pretty loud, but that's basically his whole character, his personality, so you can't be
But
mad at
after you
this.
incinerated me, I can't feel any of it. So you're gonna have to take it all.
It's just not for me to be, like I said, it would really require me to be pissed. Not going to be loud just out of
Think you're
nowhere.
ending my life. You already did that. Now all you're doing is swinging cold steel.
Now we failed this, and we beat him up some more. Thank you. We don't need you. Somebody once told me I should do ASMR or something, and it just sounds weird to me. My voice makes me cringe, so I can't for the life of me imagine this to become a thing. Yeah, let us hope, Chad. Ah, this time he has not been replaced. Yeah, I just... It can be a fetish, but I feel like for most people it is relaxing. But when I was told that I should think about doing ASMR, like I said, I can't for the life of me, because I hate the sound of my own voice. So I can't imagine people listening to it like, oh yeah, I'm going to relax while he's, you know, doing his thing. I've seen videos about people doing their job with perfect precision. That's fun to watch. Yes, satisfying videos, I'm all for it. But I don't know. Is it really content? I mean, I appreciate satisfying moments. And I appreciate satisfying videos. Like, oh yeah, it's done just right. And it scratches an itch. But I'm not sure if it's really content. Well, it's better content than just
being careful.
I don't know. Somebody doing you know, weird stuff, I guess. Drunk streaming. I think it's more for people with the same interests. Oh, and our guy died around 5:22, 23. And yeah. It's best to remember that.
We're having far too much fun for me to let you end it now.
Alright, thank you. Oh, don't worry, I was planning on killing him. It's just because I saw him that I had to. No. Because my plan is to die to a slave. We've got the Mohawk. Is it going to be brave or is it going to be a coward? We've got 3 Mohawks, so this one looks awful. Oh. This one is just a guard. Okay, Mohawk, yes, Mohawk. Go ahead. Mohawk. No. Beat me. Hit me. Okay, he killed him, so good. Oh, he's got the bone piercings.
I am no longer a slave.
It's
But
not
this
that
scar
bad, but I'm not a
will
fan
last me
depending on the
forever.
helmet
Even
or,
slaying
you
you
know,
won't change
the
that.
armor. Because I've got nothing against piercings. It's just, is it going to match the look of the captain? It's like the beard in this game. When they clip through the helmet, it's just... yeah. And he seems to have his title merged with the strategist. Alright, so we'll be watching a bunch of pit fights. In the black, we recruited this guy the other day because we wanted him. I will never get the chin piercing because the body always rejects those. Well, I wouldn't know. So I have to go through all of these guys to recruit this guy. Or I could just recruit him right now. Yeah, I think it would be easier. He's 42, he's not 45 or something.
I will teach you the meaning of the word savage.
Yeah, well, that's what I'm going to do.
It's the Ranger! Die, worm! What does the Dark Lord do every day? Does he look upon his domain? To the beacon! That filthy dog! Today you die!
Okay, let's wait for a group of people. Yes, a bunch of berserkers, you know, savages. Good. Makes it easier for me. Thank you very much.
Murder that top! Show me what you've got! Yes! Do it again! Quick! Sword in your right leg!
Okay. Oh, they spread out. Alright, I guess I'll just shoot them. Hello?
It took forever to convince those
Oh,
savages to join
got the
me.
wrong guy.
And now they're dead.
Oh, that's right, he's not the leader of Outpost, he's just doing a vendetta. I'm really confused. There's one more dead. If he has a blood brother, we'll deal with him. No.
Now we will be able to move more freely here.
Yes, but we'll still have to keep an eye out for the remaining outposts.
A feast is close by. I can already hear their infernal singing.
Wrong.
See this scar? I got it because of you. Everyone knows I was a slave, and I will never live down that shame.
And how can this be because of me? He got his promotion because he killed me. He already was a slave before I existed a bit. Some orcs can live for a very long time, and others just were born yesterday. So it's not because of me. It's just because that's what orcs do with, you know, other orcs. Well, I'm safe now.
Chosen!
Alright, pit fights. Hi Aladdin. I'm doing so-so, thank you. How about you? Branded twice over. True. Yep. So we're just staying busy right now. He died at 5:22 and right now it's 5:35. So we've got some time to kill. Literally.
Think you're tough? Well, I'm tougher. You're going to be my next victim! A caragor! No right for you! Die! Richmond Raid!
He's too busy focusing on the crowd rather than focusing on the captain. He's gonna die. taunt him, that's going to give you much. Alright. Let's send the Graug Slayer against a champion. Yes. That's the plan. Aladdin. We are waiting on the burn to come back as the Stormbringer, hopefully. I noticed the brand is fused with the map keeper. I think is mostly fused with the strategist. No, the tactician, I mean. I don't think there's a strategist title. The tactician. I don't know why.
Practice time is over. Time for a real fight.
The tactician is usually voiced by Dwight Schultz. You know, Warmonger tribe with maps on his body. When you see ears like those on an orc captain, on a Nuruk, you're like, alright, that's reasonable. But on an Warlock, whose ears are this big and whose fingers? They're not Warlock ears, they've got none. Oh no, they've got some, but they're not, you know. They wouldn't be. I'm not talking big ears like fat. I'm talking giant ears. They look like, you know. And this finger is the size of a Nuruk's hand from giants. I'm not sure if there are actually giants in the Lord of the Rings. Are there giants? I think there are Warlocks, trolls. But other than that, you really think fat people have giant ears?
I'll show you how to fight. I'm ready for more blood. Tell you in
Giant
pieces.
pointy ears? Alright, that's fair. Then I think other orcs would, you know, call them fake because they wouldn't be believing in, you know, a Warlock collecting ants' ears. He would be like, you just carved those out of, you know, a weapon or something. What else? Well, that's fair. Well, Graug Slayer is, you know, taking care of business. But I wouldn't mind if he died because I don't like Cargo Riders.
Wish you never met me.
You know this.
Come on, I'm just getting started!
If he was on his feet, then I would be fine with it. And I'm not going to derange him. Well, he killed 2 Warlocks. And a War-Master. Apparently so, yes. Must have something like super strength or something. He's a poison master, great strength. Ah yeah, great strength. Yeah. But he gets exhausted when his rage wears off. Nope. It did not. So done. How to create strong orcs. I just started playing. We need to first have an idea of what your ideal orc would be. Do you want one who's quick and deadly, or one who's tough, who can take a beating, or just jack of all trades would be lucky? And depending on what you want, you'd need to transform them. So maybe you'd get lucky and they become a necromancer with leveling up, but that's depending on the RNG. Quicken and rage with everything. So you'd be looking for either a slayer, like this guy with 2 axes. So this is a savage. Savage in Shadow of War are those with 2 axes or 2 weapons, depending on their titles. Warriors are those with only 1 weapon in their right hand. You've got archers, hunters who are throwing spears. You've got defenders, so they've got spear and shield. And you've got Warlocks. If you want one who's enraged, you'd want one who's a Berserker, so any class who's a Berserker. And Slayers are striking quickly, like this guy, but he's not going to last long against my guy. Captains with no weaknesses usually show up at higher levels. Not always. You can be lucky even at the start of the game. You never know. It's the RNG that just spawns random gems or random trash. And if the RNG is really generous with a particular captain, no matter his class, they can, well, give him certain traits. You yourself can give them traits. For example, if you make a captain kill a bunch of beasts, he would get enraged by killing monsters. He would get enraged by Caragors, ghouls, Graugs, maybe randomly spawns with hatred for drakes, so whenever he sees a beast somewhere, it just goes for Berserk. If, for example, he starts with a fire weapon and he turns out that he is enraged by burns, but, well, you know he's going to, gets full rage just using his own weapon, and he wouldn't really get damaged much by it if he is immune as well. if he's not immune, it doesn't really matter because Rage kinda regenerates their HP progressively. Well, that was the case mostly in Shadow Mordor. And if you've got a real Berserker, then he would get his HP back as he's hitting anything. You or an ally or an enemy of his. Also, if you can somehow manage to get really a gem of a captain who gets traits of different classes depending on the title or the circumstances that he spawned in, you could really have an unstoppable monster. For example, I like to do something that you wouldn't be able to find anywhere else on YouTube, is to farm slayers. So what are slayers? It's basically an orc, like I said, is going to learn quickly of any attack during one fight. So you can't just keep jumping on top of him too many times. If you're throwing daggers, he's going to dodge them at some point. If you're using execution, he's going to learn and become kind of immune to it. If you're trying to stealth attack him while he's trying to run away or something, he's going to, you know, become adapted to it again. Some are immune to range. But yeah, like I said, when I'm farming slayers, it can also combine classes if you get lucky. One time I showed on my Discord, I had a slayer who was combined with the wall. In this game, the wall is a captain who always spawns epic, meaning he always has an epic trait already assigned to him for free, which is epic determination. Because he's a tank, he can regenerate his full HP during a fight. And since he's a slayer, then he can demolish and keep himself alive. So you can really create out of nothing a very powerful captain. Even if you encounter one who looks like a wimp, you can pretty much do anything. A slave killed me and became Dark Monster. I sent him 3 orcs on my... He killed them all. Yes. And unlike in Shadow Mordor, it's not depending on the RNG if he wins or not during a fight. Which was really infuriating when this happened. But in this case, sorry. In this case, well, sorry, I'm just getting too distracted by the crowd. Yeah, no, Garcelite is dead. Oh, and if you really want a good captain, make sure you don't have one with a cargo in it. As long as he's not riding a cargo, his AI would still be a good one during fights.
Let's get this man.
Okay, who's the Warlock captain? Yeah, I was really excited about the idea of cargo riders until I realized, oh, they messed up the thing because
Too bad you are
it breaks their
outnumbered.
AI during
I would
fight and makes
prefer
them
more
useless.
outsiders to kill for the glory of Sauron. Says him. I like it this way just fine. I'll slice you.
Riding cargo doesn't even increase the captain's movement speed. It does not! It just turns his AI into a really cautious cargo, which is useless in most fights. Who is he? Who is who? If you're talking about the Warlock, well, he's a gunner. That's who he is. My orc doesn't pull enemy AI of the cargo. Why? If you have a tracker, they usually tend to dismount other captains of their mounts, or you. Not all captains can dismount captains or you from their mounts. It's just randomly or mostly trackers. So you either get it or you do not.
But I was just getting started.
Oh, it's 54, so our guy should be ready to cheat death right now. Let's see. No, we made sure that he's going to come back, hopefully, as the Streambringer. No!
You burned me. You
This
seared
time he
away
came
all
back
my
with a hook.
pain. Now, no matter what you do to me, you cannot hurt me. You have succeeded too well.
Like I said, the RNG really is what it is. You get lucky or you do not. But in this case, it's an improvement to yesterday. Yesterday he would only come back with stitches. So we have to try again. I like archer captains with fire and rage with quick shot. I mean, it's nice to have an enraged archer. The only problem is that if you want him as your follower, he's mostly going to miss his hits. Whenever he gets enraged, the archer just shoots random direction and misses most shots and gets himself killed. So it's not the best. If you want a good deadly archer, I would suggest one who can either spawn as an assassin or a trickster, personally. Or, if you want to have some fun, make one a destroyer. If you can find one, a destroyer. But, you know. Other than that, yeah, they wouldn't be able to handle themselves in real fights. Assassins and tricksters can dodge the attack, and that's useful when they are archers. Destroyers, they can just stun the enemies and, you know, burn, poison, curse them. I have one called something. Yeah, you shamed one and turned into the unashamed. Yes, it turns him into a legendary scar. It happens. Yes. Uh, I don't want him with a hook hand. Well, that's not our plan. We want him to become a Stormbringer with the Nazgul arm. That's the plan. Archers are always touch and go, so why I'm annoyed with my... yeah. I mean, like I said, in most situations you want an archer who can keep himself alive. So if he can just do some acrobatics around enemy captains and avoid dying, good. They're more active in fighting when you make them assassins, or if you make them a destroyer. If you make one an assassin, he can throw a bunch of daggers. If you really want a marksman,
reckoning comes.
it's best to have one as a bodyguard, because he can appear out of nowhere and save your life if you've got the savior activated in the options. You're getting bored of the pit fights. That's fair, we'll just
but it's flattering to
keep
be
killing
wanted.
random captains
Thrilling,
while
really,
he comes
to
back.
discover I've got a new playmate. So let's play.
It's just the easiest way to, you know, kill the time while we're waiting for a guy to come back. Okay, I terrified a bunch of orcs, now we are alone. Let's listen to the second chat.
I can't feel pain.
Again,
I can't feel
kinda
the
helped
ecstatic rush of
last time.
inflicting suffering. You didn't take my life. You took my reason to live.
So hit me. Thank you. Now let's hear the second chat. Thank you.
There's so much pain in the world. But after you incinerated me, I can't feel any of it. So you're gonna have to take it all. What's this?
My favorite pit fighter was the destroyer with elite followers. Yeah, because they have really a synchronized, you know, destruction team. Yeah, I understand. Well, that's... You need to say that to the RNG.
You think you're ending my life? You already did that. Now all you're doing is swinging cold steel.
Now we failed this. Again. We beat him up some more. No, you do not. Alright. How could I possibly make an orc arrow-proof or remove soft head? I think it depends on the RNG really. It's not my expertise. I'm mostly knowledgeable on scars, because some scars, like legendary ones, can make much deadlier because, for example, if you turn one in, you burn one into becoming the Flame of War, it gives him fire bombs, fire weapons, fire mine. If you turn one into the Blight, yeah, that's poison arsenal. If you turn one into the Stormbringer, it's curse arsenal. But yeah, if you recruit a captain and want one to also maybe become a necromancer or get certain strength, make sure to level them up in the game before sending them to the garrison, because for some reason it kinda makes it impossible afterward. Don't ask me why, it's messed up, I guess. I gave a captain soft-headed by killing him with arrow once. That was interesting. Oh! Maybe it was by shaming him after. Yeah, shaming! If you shame a captain below level 30, he starts getting weaknesses. Yeah, it sucks. Well, at least we can see that he is going to cheat death again. Hopefully this time, for real, it's going to be a Stormbringer.
I'm surprised.
But who
I
knows?
expected more of a struggle from that one.
From where I was standing, he seemed to struggle
Streamlab is pretty low, pretty slow on updating the chat. Does it matter if you send a death threat and start? Oh, and our guy died at 6:03, 6:02? Okay, does it matter if you send the death threat and start from there when you quit and load the game, or is it better to send the death threat every time you load into the save? It's best to send the death threat and then you make a backup. That way you don't have to do it again, because the death threat is already sent. So as I heard, the RNG gets locked every time you load into the game. No, the RNG is not locked. The RNG is random every time for everything. It's not scripted, or it's not like XCOM. In XCOM, for example, if you're about to hack a machine for bonus or something, and you saved your game before hacking, and you see the result like, oh, I'm going to fail this, I'm going to go back in time, and you try it. It's scripted to fail that way. If you're about to tell your soldier, alright, aim for that guy, you've got 88% chance to hit that guy, shoot him, and he misses. You're like, alright, try again. You load the game, you try again, because your whole team dies otherwise. It's scripted to miss that shot. Unless you go for the 42% or something and then, oh, instantly kill, because 50% chance of insta-kill. And it's going to do this even when you go back in time and do it. In Shadow of War, it's always random, no matter what you do. Leveling up by pit fights or tough training order? Or through training order? You can train them with gifts, training orders, but it's best to really just level them up. If you give them stuff, well, I can't really do it is on him. If you give them your trade with gifts and stuff, you're not really allowing the RNG to give them something maybe decent that maybe you could change if it's crap or something. The grass is looking very green today. I don't know. Because I tried once to get the Streambringer 3, came back with the hook. So no, it's just RNG. It's like yesterday this guy came back with stitches on his left, then on his right, and then as you saw, he came back with a hook. But what we want is him to come back as the Streambringer. Hopefully a Streambringer with the Nazgul arm, not the hook. But you never know. I feel like Saragosse is the best map. I mean, it's a really fun map to go around, but the easiest one I find is in Nurn, right here. The towers are just placed in the right spots in the around the region. It makes traveling much easier if you're not using beasts. And I'm not using beasts because it usually triggers some kind of ambush. Because I'd rather just control the ambush. No, I don't like your haircut, so you're not killing me. Makes sense and takes less time than sending a new death threat every time you... Yeah. You just send one. If you're on PC, you can make a backup and you keep reloading the save and he's ready. And if you use the HP glitch from Uruk's Hollow and, you know, dominate a captain who's doing a death threat, you send him to the garrison and take him to an older save or something, a new save, he's still gonna have the death threat ready. So you've got already a mission for death threat right now, even against your own captain. But you know, if you summon him as your bodyguard, and he betrays you, you prevent the Iron Will. You know, to make him recruitable again without the need to shame. Then you're good to go. You can already make him stronger without looking for a worm somewhere. Yeah, he's got me haircut. This haircut is fine. And so is that one. I don't like your haircut. Hopefully those are not cowards. No, this one is a coward. Okay. Remember, our guy died at 6:02, 6:03.
Are
And
you
it's
ready
six-
for
oh,
Sharkar's
16.
surprise, Pigskin? I'll give you a hint. It involves eyeballs and, a spoon. Surprise!
Oh, nice. He's going to gouge out my own eyes. Yeah. Because their haircut is awful on most of them. Okay, this one looks... Oh, he started with the voice of Michael Goth and now he's got the stance of Nolan North, Matthew Mercer or Travis Willingham. He's a Beastmaster, which sucks. Yep, surprise, but that's just during his speech, that's not a war cry.
These orcs are getting stronger.
In time, they will join us or fall.
dig out your eyeballs with a spoon. Well, yeah, the best way to go about it. I read you can use HB in Nithlad in online Fortress Assault. Anyone tried it? Yes, I did. I did try it and it works. Because it's part of the DLC, so they haven't patched it up, and they're not going to patch it up because Monolith is no more. Did he hit puberty during his the promotion? I guess he did. Beastmaster is a mid-class. I'm not a big fan of Beastmaster. So when I had a of the spider spawning as a slayer during of my own personal time slayer farming, I was pretty happy because you've got a slayer who can spawn spiders, but he's doing his own fighting as well instead of just calling grouse and whatnot. So when doing one of my first slayer stream farming, I had a ghoul lover. A ghoul lover usually is a beastmaster, but you spawn as a slayer in this case. So it's nice to have a combination of slayer and, you know, beastmaster. Beastmaster themselves is just kind of like commanders. They depend on others to do their fighting, and it's just annoying when you want to transform them, because you have to go through their waves of grunts and monsters to kill them the right way without being interrupted. Okay, so we got our slaves. We could get the branded. We'll see if we get lucky. I killed the first Nazgul and I'm surprised I didn't get his ability. Oh no, you don't get any abilities from killing Nazguls. Well, as you move through the story, you unlock skills. And if you want Nazgul abilities, you need to complete the story. At least you'll always have a cargo nearby if you have one as your bodyguard. I'd rather walk or run than ride a cargo. Or I can summon a drake. Much faster. So how does that work? You just bully a Slayer Orc until another one appears? Well, you don't have to bully a Slayer Orc. I just, you know, reach a combo of 100, which is easier done by ride and stab a Captain Warlock. You ride and stab, he, you know, dismount you, and then you shoot an arrow to his face. You keep, you know, beating him up until you reach 100, and maybe you get the random slayer who's not currently in the map, in the region, and yeah.
I've got you now. Watch this.
You can get a random slayer spawn. And if you're lucky, you get one that's not supposed to be a slayer, and you get something unique. Like Warlocks, they're not supposed to be slayers. Archers are not supposed to be slayers either. Makes them useless, but they're unique. Is it one weakness or the class that if you get epic trait that helps followers, it makes them weak? Epic trait that helps them leave their followers weak. Is it one weakness of the class that if you get epic traits that helps followers, it makes them weak? I don't know. Well, usually epic traits do not make them weak. epic traits that help them lead their followers weak. Unless you're talking about weak masters, when they've got their bodyguards who die, they become dazed or terrified. It's random, and it usually happens when they have bodyguards, you know, a team following them. It's random. Or if they've got beasts like a pack of caragors, or if they get promoted to war chiefs and overlord, then, you know, as soon as they get bodyguard captains, they might just get this trait. Or maybe you get lucky and he's a master that gets enraged if you attack their bodyguards. It's RNG that decides. Oh, don't worry. Yeah, that's elite gang. Elite gang is
There was a time when I thought of them every
good
day.
and effective
That was a
when
long
you
time
assign
ago.
them to commanders. If you really want a, you know, an overlord who's going to keep your throne room safe, you place an overlord who's got an elite gang, a fanatical gang, as well as both epic traits. He's going to keep summoning, you know, a gang of elites who are really they've got his traits, you know, maybe fire, curses, maybe, you know, they've got an extra ability because of a title merge or something. Maybe you made one into a flame of war, so their gang is throwing fire bombs and getting enraged, so you've got, you know, a crowd of mad bombers to protect your throne room or something. But it's mostly something I would use on, again, commanders. I wouldn't use it on anything else really, not even on beastmasters, because beasts are not going to be elite. They're just beasts. Well, elite beasts would make them dire caragors, and they're just, you know, damage sponges. They're not really dealing more damage than a regular caragor. They're just tankier. Alright, so we've got the slave and we've got the branded. We could, I don't know, recruit this guy and send him against the branded. I wonder if Fire Master helps the attack power of the suicide bomber grunts. Maybe? I'm not sure. I haven't used destroyers often, so I can't really say.
I've got it! Destroy!
But yeah, I know it affects the captain, and no, I don't think it should really affect the bombers. The suicide bombers, they're just going to blow up.
Go on, send as many ghouls up against me as you want. They'll all end up dead.
Well, I don't want you to... Oh.
Killed you before. Can I clap you in irons instead of killing you this time? You're dead!
No, I wanted to damage him, not kill him. Oh well. I want to damage him enough to be able to dominate the guy. To drain him. But never mind. I guess I'll just go into a killing spree. He was much weaker than I expected. The branded is around and there's a marksman. Okay, I see you. Yeah, it's one of the thing in this game. It's much harder to keep a captain alive than kill them. See? He had like a third of his HP left and I killed him. Not that I really cared about his survival, but you see what I mean. Where's the branded? And it's more apparent in Shadow Mordor. Shadow Mordor, they are really weak. And they can just appear in a region. It can also happen in this game, but you can basically just lose them to random cargo or random ground. What you missed, a couple of slaves who killed me and turned out to be disappointments.
See this scar? I got it because of you. Everyone knows I was a slave, and I will never live down that shame!
You know what I could do to this guy? I could turn him into the Unashamed. If he were to become the Unashamed, maybe it would make one interesting look. Because he could stack the scars of this merge title with the I think the trainer, but he doesn't have the eye, the glass eye. Hopefully he doesn't go deranged. And the Stormbringers, well, we'll know in about 7 minutes, 8. Yeah, they had a small health pool or maybe a weakness to execution. Maybe. And yeah, I want to make him a Unashamed, but we'll see what happens with this guy. Can the branded become the Unashamed? Any easy way to make Unashamed? You just shame and get lucky? It's RNG again.
No one gets these supplies.
Is the Unashamed the first orc that gets shamed twice? Not exactly, but you need to have at least shamed one orc before being able to derange or before being able to make an Unashamed. once you shame somebody once, the second time could be it. Oh. He's terrified. I don't want him to become the infested. I want him to become the unashamed, please. Don't go mad. Ah! He became legendary, so we got him to become the unashamed. Let's look at the result. He doesn't have the spikes. And he kept his hair. Not bad. It's unique-ish. Usually he gets the spikes and the piercings and stuff. He lost his pauldron. I'm fine with that. And no. I know that's not the typical look for the unashamed. So I might just make a backup just because of him. Say you see unique stuff during my streams. Lucky you. Done.
A feast is close by. I can already hear their infernal singing.
So yeah, I never thought to try to turn into the unashamed, something like this. Oh, no!
You burned me. You seared away all my pain.
He's got stitches again.
Now, no matter what you do to me, you cannot hurt me. You have succeeded too well.
I wonder if the eyes of the bright eyes prevent the Streambringer creation. I wonder. Or if they're just bad RNG. Yeah, we can move on to the Warlock. I'll do some testing on my own time. At least we got to see a unique unashamed. Yeah. Alright, have a good one. Let's see, where's the Warlock? The Warlock is here. Okay. Yeah, okay. Alright, so I've been thinking about how to turn the Warlock into the Streambringer. It's difficult to turn a Necromancer into anything because they keep raising from the dead, and if you just kill them and leave before they raise themselves from a fight, they're not likely to cheat death. Except if this is the second time you've done it to them.
Zog
But
and his acolytes have
if
been cleansed by
you
fire,
change
but Mordor is not yet
the,
yours.
you know, curse weapon into fire weapon or poison, kill them, whatever means you want them to die, and then give them the curse back, they get the necromancy back, right?
Log.
So I'm going to give this guy fire. So he loses his necromancy powers. He cannot resurrect himself, he cannot raise the dead. Yeah. I wrote one. Yeah. That's what I said. Okay. Just making another backup. Indeed, we do. Now we're going to get our guy to betray us. And we'll prevent the Iron Will.
Feeble one! About time I earned myself a promotion.
Okay.
Log.
And we failed at preventing it, so we try again. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do some testing on the bright eyes. There are so many things that prevent the Stormbringer creation. It's just so dumb. Either he's got the shame scar, or he's riding a category,
Mordor is not yet yours.
or he doesn't have the right voice, or he turns into the claw machine, survivor, the hook, or he comes back as himself,
Feeble one!
but with stitches
About
or
time
a
I
hook.
earned myself a promotion.
Log.
I have you stream on the background. Alright. Okay, we managed to prevent the Iron Will this time. People sometimes ask me if it's necessary. It's not necessary to prevent the Iron Will, it just makes it less annoying when you're trying to recruit him. That way you don't have to shame or use HB glitch. Get back in. Why does he have a fiery weapon? Because I gave him one to remove his necromancy temporarily, so that I can burn him into becoming the inflamed. You know, it makes it easier. And then we give him the curse back afterward. And they'll give him necromancy back.
Zog and his acolytes
Because
have been
he's still a
cleansed by
necromancer,
fire,
it's just going to
but
be
Mordor is not
off
yet yours.
until he gets his curse back. Because if we have to wait for him to, you know, raise himself from the dead every time and maybe successfully turn him into the burn, it's not going to work. And I've done some testing when I burned him while having another element during my own time. I got him to become the inflamed, so I know it works. This is also one way you can get him to become the Forsaken, or the Nameless one, you know, same thing. You just give him another element, then you leave him bleeding out, and yeah. Then you give him his curse back once he returns. And I remember that this guy was really quick on the trigger, so I don't want to kill him, wait for his resurrection, and then he's almost going to kill me just with his quick shots. So let's avoid dying to him.
You think you drew me out, Tark?
So we'll
Really?
trigger his second chat, we
throw
burn him,
you in.
and there you go. He's not immune to fire. No. He's just immune to rage.
Feeble one! A real Uruk fights with weapons, not words. Your death threats don't amuse me, but maybe your death will.
Alright then.
Your light winks out!
Get down from there, please. Yeah, thank you.
Witness my skill!
Just going to damage you a bit, if that's okay. Thank you. Just a couple of hits.
Farewell from Mordor!
Second chat.
Your delicate elf powers are useless against me. Try them if you wish. But I will show you what true power is.
Now we avoid getting shot, because he's really annoying. Come on. Get down from there, please. you. Okay.
The torch wrestling me!
All right.
Witness more.
And boom. Now let's make sure that he is going to cheat death. Yes. He died at 6:43.
Mordor has one fewer tyrant today.
Does it? Or do the names merely change?
They have slaves? Or those warriors? The warriors, okay. Bunch of slaves. I don't think I like their haircuts. We'll see. Oh! He has a mohawk. Alright. It's not that bad. No, he's got a beard. It's not. Come on. Oh. We've got a ooh guy. Oh yeah, we've got slaves down there. Maybe this guy? No, I don't think he's handcuffed. I don't know. No, he looks alright, I guess.
I see the ranger. Test! Test it!
I am no longer a slave.
I mean, yeah, we can
This
send him to
scar
kill other captains.
marks me forever. Even slaying you won't change that.
Oh, he's a cargo rider. Well, this sucks. Well, we'll send our Deathbone against the Branded. We'll need to level him up a bit first. Are we sending the Deathbone against Maggots, and
I feel
then
as though my life
when
in
he's
Mordor has been
strong
much longer
enough we send him
any
against the
other
Branded?
This is but a moment in
Maggots,
time. I have been fighting this war for thousands of years.
and those, and then the champions. We'll see if our guy can, you know, fight.
And see how well you play dead when you're dead! Snap your bow!
Let us see if we can, actually. Well,
Typical!
maybe, maybe not. I guess not.
Okay.
No,
Typical!
the unclean is doing it dirty. Really? I can't get up this wall? You run away, and you run away, and you run away. Yep, he does.
I'll follow every command!
Alright, we'll send him against, you know, more fights until he gets strong enough to take the Branded into a fight. We'll see.
You've been lucky so far, and that luck is about to end.
You're next to die! Typical!
Oh, he's got quick shot. That's right. And while he's being slammed into the ground, the other guys die. He's doing them dirty again.
You won't beat me! Come on, I'm ready for ya! A cannonball! Typical! My face! My face!
How about you shoot him? Cough. Oh, well, our guy's going to die guess.
Take this! Meal time! Useless maggot!
His beats are going to get sick of this meal.
Bury you like the filth you are.
Or I guess he's going to be, since he would be the one eating. Let's be careful because I might just accidentally kill him.
You will serve the Bright Lord!
I shall be your chosen. I will depart.
This is the stream full of disappointments. When you think you've got a good one, they died to the next guy.
This is where your journey ends. You look weaker than the last glob.
It's a carnivore! I'll stop you! Die, God! Get that! I will destroy you!
He's getting his HP back.
Kill will know pain! Suffer at my house! Give up, worm! You're nothing but trash! Had enough of it. You fight for the Bright Lord!
I will be your chosen. On my way, sir.
When did I say that the other guy died? At 6:43, right? I was hoping for the other guy to win. It could also become in the comments. So, well, he didn't. He didn't win.
Now you will taste
Didn't
defeat.
become anything other than a corpse.
I was hoping it would be you.
Carnivore!
Yeah, 6:43. Thank you. Alright, gets enraged by a cargo bites.
Die, worm!
Alright. Let's send him against a champion now. Somebody has to be strong enough to fight the branded, right?
You wish you never met me!
Keep these gobs coming! Die!
Maybe, yeah. Under-leveled a bit.
You're dead!
Nah. I give them a chance to prove their worth. Ouch. Think he's worthy? He defeated a guy who's 10 times his levels.
Marku.
He did. At least it's not because of the RNG, it's just because, you know, they decided to make him, you know, decent in the fight. In 12 minutes.
No one gets through here without my say-so. And I don't intend on saying so. We're taking control of this road, boys. I want every last one of these dogs
I won't
put
intervene.
down.
I'll watch the fight.
Marku! I know I said things were even between us, but I changed my mind. Yes, an insult was taken, and now I'm gonna kill you for it.
Really? Level 18 against a 43? You're not going to help. Well, he almost instantly killed the Kagor. And almost half killed the branded. you sure I need to help him?
You don't like any. Neither do I. I don't even like you. Die, worm!
I don't know. Call them Shrek.
Skinning rats. Hardly worth the bother. Lord. I know what you mean. All that work for almost no meat. You're facing the wrong way. We've been bitten. Watch me kill you.
Alright, I think the bold proved himself more than once. Come here. Yeah, he should have just taken it. And
Die, man!
I think he deserved to become legendary. He kinda defeated all odds by himself. Yeah, true. Done. Well, he's legendary now, so sorry about that. And yes, he can get more hate if we get him to kill, you know, Graugs and stuff. Going to summon him as a bodyguard. And we'll be hunting Graugs to see if he gets their hatred. Wait, I haven't checked if he's afraid or not. If he dies, I don't think he would die against a Graug. Oh, we've got a legendary sniper. No.
Ready to serve.
I love this game, and when I saw a stream of it, I had to see. Yeah, this game is great. I only wish they did more with it.
The talk is chasing me down.
Okay, where's the sniper?
Get welcome.
Oh, in the first game, Graugs were really a threat. In this game, they're basically a joke. Oh, he's not a sniper, he's just a beastmaster. Oh, great, he summoned the Graug, so My guy is going to be busy. Oh, this is annoying. Oh, right now my guy needs help. The first game had me honestly scared to find them in the wild. Yeah, they were really a threat in the first game. Oh, he killed him still!
Master, I need help! I won't forget this boss!
Which game do you enjoy better? Between the two? Shadow of War, definitely. Shadow Mordor has its own things that are missing in Shadow of War, though. For example, there are scars I wish they kept. Seriously, Dynamic, you keep underestimating my build. I should give him better epic traits though. Yes, the Graug is dead. And our guy just decimated the captain who was trying to kill him with his hatred. Well, let's just teleport back. You haven't respected me enough. Maku. See? Maku.
Maku.
Okay. Now he's got epic rage. Is he enraged by killing Kagors, or is he just enraged by... Okay, he's enraged by cowards, burning, mortal wounds, okay. Enraged by stealth, and enraged by Kagors, but he's not enraged by killing beasts yet. Yeah, that's fine. Oh, in 2 minutes maybe we'll get our Streambringer. What are his immunities? Immune to execution and beast proof. Oh, now he's got beast proof. Well, he won't be bullied by, you know, beast masters anymore. Going to update the backup. You really took us by surprise more than once.
Fiend! You seared it out of me. I can't feel pain. I can't feel the ecstatic rush of inflicting suffering. You didn't take my life. You took my reason to live.
Good thing I made a backup, because I don't want this face burn. I want half melted. Plus, I want him to still have his face paint. Yeah, they do show up in the face burn, but if I want those, I would go for a normal looking curse guy that I would turn into the Flame of War. The Flame of War has almost kind of full body burns.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
The Inflamed, I want to see him parts burnt, but I want to see, you know, why it loses necromancy. I'm talking about the normal curse guy, not the necromancer. Necromancer, I'm keeping him for, you know, the Inflamed that I'm going to turn into
Fiend! You seared it out of me.
Again.
I can't feel pain. I can't feel the ecstatic rush of inflicting suffering.
I want to turn him to the Stonebringer.
You
That's
took
the plan.
my reason to live.
Can he get his necromancy? I'll show you.
You move like a slug ranger.
So I'll use the glitch to recruit him again, and I'll give him curse back, and we'll see. Because he's still marked as a necromancer.
Log.
Terrified of curse. Yeah, he's still weird about that.
Log.
But yeah, I think you need him to level up again. To give his necromancy back, not just... Going to force a betrayal. Yes. No, I was just seeing if I could get him to have his thing back. But yeah, I want the half melted face. But yeah, like I said, he needs to level up to get, you know. And one way to get him to level up is to get him to cheat death again. So turning him into the Stonebringer. Beggars can't be choosers. Well, I decide to choose. Well, so too bad.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Yeah, it's the right save.
seared it out
Again?
of me. I can't feel pain. I can't feel the ecstatic rush of inflicting suffering. You didn't take my life. You took my reason to live.
I want the half-melted face. Either the half-melted face or the half-burned. I'm fine with either, since the other guy's got the half-melted. Because I want to see the face paint.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Fiend! You seared it
Come
out
on.
of me. I can't feel pain. I can't feel the ecstatic rush of inflicting suffering. You didn't take my life. You took my reason to live.
Stop it. Give me what I want. There are streams you don't even have to, you know, do much for the results. And these last few streams, the RNG really hates me.
Zog and his acolytes have been cleansed by fire, but Mordor is not yet yours.
Come on. Oh, there's a Drake. Can our guy spawn before the Drake gets to us?
Fiend! You seared it out of me. I
Fine.
can't feel pain. I can't feel the ecstatic rush of inflicting
I won't,
suffering.
you know,
You
just
didn't take my life.
keep
You took
going
my reason to live.
with this.
Log.
It doesn't change title, it doesn't change bones for some reason.
Suffering is gonna make me there.
Okay, so this time we'll get him to follow us to another region. Which region would you like to see him? Maybe in Seregoth? Maybe he would feel something, like cold. Some frost on his bones, or just Gorgoroth, Minas Morgul. Maybe in Lithlad? What do you think? Is anyone still there? Is the stream still going on? YouTube. Warning, the current video is interlaced, but interlaced video is not supported. I think he needs a quick shield for his bones. Fair. Hero? Are you asking me to leave in Lithlad, or just two people are saying in Saragost? What do you say, Dynamic? Because yeah, it would be a nice change from the green Lithlad. You hate snow. I'm a Canadian. I take this as an insult. Just kidding. Well, Democracy says that there are two people asking for Saragost. So... sorry. Better yet. Maybe Gorgoth. Nah, I don't feel like he would follow me into more fire. I think he would be like, you know what? Let's not. Okay, he should be ambushing me. You know what? I have channel points. You do have channel points. So you're going to do a veto? That's fair, if you use them. Going to Saragost. We are already here.
Wonder what killed this glob. What did I do to get stationed here? You opened your big mouth. How about you shut it?
We are already in Saragost, so that's kind of a... Are you sure you wouldn't rather use your points on something else? Well, I am not sure what exactly was your plan. You said Lithlad and then Gorgoth, and then you spent your points in a place that I really went. Staying in Saragost? Well, I'm not leaving. I'm waiting for the burn to show up. So again, you could use your points on something else. I can allow it. since, you know.
Fiend! I've hunted you for miles, bright lord. What makes you so bright anyway? Is it the shiny, shiny blood as it gushes out of your wounds?
I use my ban in-game action to keep you from going to Saragost. Well, you already ambushed me there. You know, I'm a bit confused about your plan. First you want me to go to this lad, then Gorgoroth. You use your point to tell me to stay in Saragost and then ban me from going to Saragost, but this guy just decided to ambush me in Saragost. Do you want to use your points on me to go back in time before he cheats death and then I go to another place, or do you want to spend your points on something else? Because he already ambushed us right now in Saragost. He's right there. Or is it just the stream a bit slowed on the stream? I mean, sure, you can get your points back or use them on something else. I allow it. Or you can always come back and tell me during another stream, say, hey, you know, my points I spent on this, I'm using on that. You know, I'm not going to tell you, well, too bad, you spent them. You know me, I'll allow you. I asked you to bring Maku here, but he's already there. I don't understand what you're trying to tell me. You're asking me things that already happened. Or can't happen anymore because it already did. Because you're saying, oh, now you have to not come to Saragost after you want me to come to Saragost, after Finalman not wanting me to go to Saragost, but he's already there. Are you sure you would rather use your point on something else? Really? Bring him to Saragost. You're trolling me. You've got to be trolling me. Because I can't bring him more to Saragost. You want me to shove him in the ground? You want me to make him eat dirt? Is it close enough to Saragost for you? Wait, don't bring him to Saragost. Ah, now I know you're trolling me. Alright, I made a backup so I can kill him. No, I can't kill him now because it's not going to... Well, I could try and maybe get lucky with the execution.
Frail and flaccid! The pain should be mine!
Is he going to follow me now or what? You should give him his curse back. Well, I would need to have a follower in the region. and then forced a recruitment on him and gave his curse back.
Zoom.
What's funny with this glitch is that you can recruit him with the glitch as he's near you.
Hawk. Hawk.
The Humiliator, great.
Scoon. Scoon.
So yeah, we're going to try to turn him into the Stormbringer, and if he comes back as himself, you know, as the burn, the stream will end and we'll move on to the Angry Tuesday. Thank you, Bashi. I'm gonna give you money, but give some to Twitch out of spite. Ah.
Az Adar. Az Adar.
But yeah, thank you, Bashi. It's just, you know, it's not really making much of a difference since, you know, we're buying groceries. So the money is kind of going from one pocket to the other every now and then. Okay, we got it. Alright, now it's ours. Oh, because of ads? Yeah. Okay. Yeah, let's make him curse again. Okay. He is in a death threat for ally now? Yeah? No? No, he's no longer under death threat. Okay. I'm going to force a betrayal now. And let's make a backup before we force it so that we can prevent the Iron Will. Let's title this DT2. Okay.
Let's get bloody. I knew you had a sadistic streak.
I'm a bad boss.
like pain as much as the next dog. Probably more. Definitely more. But there's a time and a place, and you've forgotten that for the last time!
Okay. No iron will before squid and get back. And then I'm going to send him under the death threat. The only problem is that it's going to get him to a higher level than... No, it should be fine. If I send him a death threat, he's not going to get higher than... That's fine. He's down to level 40 or so. It would get him, what, to 56? Or 56? No, 54, 56? Is it 10 or 12 levels? $54, 56. Still, it's under it's level 60, so he can still be turned into a Stormbringer even then. Is he going to get his necromancy back? $54. I guess not. Well, if he cheats death as the Stormbringer and comes back without necromancy, I guess this is gonna have to be a do-over if we find a new Warlock, hopefully a warrior, which would make it easier. Why did you do this to him? I mean, I could go back in time and burn him as a necromancer. The only problem is that we're gonna have the same issue as the last stream where he kept coming back as himself, you know, still the Warlock. So I don't know if it's either the bad RNG or... yeah. What do I do? Am I gonna wait for a better Warlock to find? To turn into a Stormbringer? Or are we... let's go back. Because we could go back. We can do that, sure. No, we've got Maku still, but we can go back from when he was still a necromancer. Copy. Wait for another Warlock. You're not trolling me right now, right? You're not just saying one thing and going back 180 just to mess with me, right? Because if we go back in time from when he was still a necromancer and he comes back as still there, wait for another Warlock. You're using your points for this? Because then it's going to move to a future stream. I don't mind. I can try to get better prepared. Maybe I can hope for finding one and we can stream it. Or it's going to be a random find during a stream. But yeah, preferably a warrior. Because yeah, I think I'm going to end the stream here. It's going to be a disappointing end to the stream, and you know. Yeah, future stream. So next one should, you know, be a bit more lucky for us. I'm a bit disappointed by this stream. The results were kind of meh. Feel like maybe the Bright Eyes. Oh, thank you for the subscription. Next stream I will explode. Is it a promise? But yeah, I feel like maybe the Bright Eyes were preventing somehow when the next stream. The next stream will be Tuesday, and as I promised the last stream, I'll work on the savage angry that we got. So, yeah. He's already got Steve Bloom's voice, so we, you know, slash him up, turn him into the Stormbringer, and that's it. Easy as that. The stream after, I was planning on doing pit fights and stuff, but I feel like it would be best to try to create a new Stormbringer out of random luck. Hopefully if we find a Warlock, but again, it's random. Maybe I should lower the difficulty then to be finding more worms and we go back to brutal difficulty when we have to fight. That way we don't have to wait 30 minutes to find 2 worms for 2 captains revealed and we just keep looking for a Warlock the whole time. But yeah. 2 failed captains this stream. We can't always win them. But it's always a question of why did it fail? Is it because of bad RNG or just because of some variable that we don't understand? I've been trying to turn a guy for 2 days into a Stormbringer, but I gave up. I turned him into Stormbringer before, so I know it works. Yeah, so it's just RNG in that case. But I've never turned the Bright Eyes into a Stormbringer. And I know, as you can see, we can turn the Warlock, or also titled the Crafty, into the Inflamed. So if you can turn into the Inflamed, you should, in theory, be able to turn into the Stormbringer. So it should happen. But is it just bad RNG? Or is there something else? Because there's always something new that we add to the list of, oh, you can't do this for the Stormbringer. You can't have the brand of the slaves. You can't have the shame mark. You can't have a cargo rider. I do keep being able to make more of these. I was in one of these streams the other day. Well, I find some time and I try to help people when doing creation lives so that people can get some answers to their questions. And sometimes they can see that even I don't always get lucky because people are like, how come in your guides you always get them on the first time? It never happens on the first go, or it's really a 0.01% the time. It's just RNG. Even if you know exactly what you're doing, step by step, you're following the whole thing, you've got everything on your side, every odds are, you know, on your side again, and it's going to turn out like a failure. You know he's going to turn into the Stormbringer, but he could still come back as himself with stitches. Or he comes back as a Stormbringer, but with a hook, not a Nazgul arm. So yeah, it's a disappointing stream. Well, we at least got to see... let's go back in time. We've got to see... the new Unashamed, a unique one. So at least we had this to make us happy. But still, I find this disappointing for a stream. Well, 2 streams in a row, I thought it would be easy. But sometimes, instead of fishing a cod, you fish a boot. So, if you're wondering who I'm talking about, the Unashamed, we've got the Unashamed from a slave who was title mixed with a... what's the title? The trainer? Not the trainer, So as you can see, he's got no piercings like the Unashamed would normally have. Not gonna end here, we can work on Mako. Well, it's late for me. It's 7:51 p.m. You know, I've got to eat at some point. I have to walk the dog and do other things. So I'm sorry, it's got to end. I'm sorry. I'm disappointed. Unless I maybe stream tomorrow, but I have to, you know, live my life as well, so it's best to stream every 2 days except the weekend. So, like I said, we can go back to the Angry Tuesday. We work on him, and if we are successful, maybe we'll finish with Maku. We try to turn him while he's still a necromancer, and maybe we'll be lucky. Maybe we'll turn him into the burn on the inflamed, unlike the other stream. We'll see. So yeah, it's been kind of a letdown today. But still, we got some interesting things happen. But yeah, that will be all for now. Thank you for watching. Have a nice day.